Alrighty. Hello, world. My name is Don, and you're watching Showcase for the week ending Sunday, August 28th, 2022. Stop the presses. This is our Sunday show, and that means weird news. Sorry. Darn it. I had a feedback loop. Weird news headlines and your live chat comments. With me tonight, once again, is my good friend and colleague, Mr. Kaiko. How you doing, man?
You know what it is. Yeah, I just seen Michael Jackson. You ever seen Michael Jackson eat a chicken nugget? I don't think anybody has ever seen that footage.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't seen that either. What? That feels like that should be a weird news topic unto its own. Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
I'm gonna have to send
that feels like that should be a weird news topic unto its own. We may have an echo here. Do you have something else running?
You have a stupid echo. Hold on.
That feels like
Hold
that should
it.
be a
Stop.
weird news topic unto its own.
Presses.
Okay.
Hold
We
on.
may have an echo here. Do you have something else running?
You have a stupid echo. Hold on.
That feels like
Hold
that
it.
should be a
Stop.
weird news topic unto its own.
But this is not our fault.
Okay, we may have an echo here. Everybody, hold on one moment. Hold on 1 second.
You see?
Okay, there we go. Can everybody still hear me? Can anybody still see me? Hello, hello. I think we're good. Okay, so sorry about that. Minor technical difficulties, everybody. All right, yeah, I'm seeing a comment from control room that we are good to go now. Okay, good. Whew. All right, let's try this one more time from the top. Hopefully now we can get things up and rolling here properly. Kaiko, are you still there?
I'm in here.
Okay. Whew. Hopefully now we can get things a little bit more stable here. Anyway, so all right. Michael Jackson eating a chicken leg. We may have to come back to that. We may have to come back to that at a later time.
We're gonna come back to that.
Yeah,
Right.
but anyway, we got to move along.
All
But
right.
it's good to see you again, and thank
Yes,
you
sir.
at home. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. And as always, if you're with us live, you'll drop us a line in chat, and we just read it off on the air. And also, don't forget simulcasting the entire show tonight on LINKTREE. Whoops, hang on, I'm going to go ahead and do something really quick. There we go. Sorry, Kaiko, I got to do this really quick. Here we go. LINKTREE, linktr.ee/weekend showcase. We have a full standalone interface for you to work with on your phones or tablets or whatever. You can check out the show live, check out our previous episodes, all our podcasts, and also this handy little contact us form that you can use to actually send us a message. You know, if you have any little tips for topics that we should discuss or movie trailers we should review, send it to us there. LINKTREE/weekend showcase. The link is scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. So once again, let me go ahead and bring back Mr. Kaiko. Can you still hear me?
I'm in here. I'm
Alrighty.
I'm visualizing.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and get rolling. And Control, please keep an eye out for comments and put it on the screen and do the sound effects once we get rolling as we need them. Thank you very much. And let's go ahead and get rolling with the first order of business. Let me go ahead and get us situated right here. Perfect. There we are. All right. So first item on the docket tonight is from, I think, the New York Post. All right. So check this out. It's man uses nose to inflate 10 balloons in 1 minute. Oh, come on, browser. I had this preloaded to try to avoid this exact situation. Here we go. Man uses nose to inflate 10 balloons in 1 minute, setting a new world record. Uh-oh. Did we lose Kaiko? Kaiko? Still there?
We got to try this out. Now I'm getting balloons.
Wait, what are we trying out?
We about to try this out right now.
Wait a minute. What are we trying out? We're in the middle of a live show. What are you doing? Oh my God.
Do it.
Oh my God, you're kidding me. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now?
Hold on.
You're really trying to inflate a balloon with your nose right now. Okay. Wow. Well, let the record show. Anybody can do this. It would seem anybody can do this. For those just joining us right now, we're discussing weird news topics. Specifically, this weird news topic coming up on the main portion of the screen right now. Man uses nose to inflate 10 balloons in 1 minute. So, how many more of those can you do in 60 seconds, Kaiko?
Well, this is a strenuous process. I don't want to do it again, and I want to untie this balloon. Don't want to waste it. I should have made a bigger one.
All right.
No,
let's move on. Let's go ahead and digest this thing really quickly. Let's see. Prolific Guinness World Record breaker David Rush added to his impressive tally after blowing up 10 balloons in a minute with his nose. A video of the awe-inspiring hyperinflation demonstration is going viral as viewers praise the nasally endowed fellow. Idaho's Rush exclaimed in a Sunday YouTube clip showcasing his semi-automatic nostrils, quote, "Boy, does that feel good. 10 balloons inflated in 1 minute using only my nose." End quote. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Not doing the chat overlay there. Do we not have the comments coming through there? Uh-oh. Interesting. Yeah, the comments aren't coming through quite right on the live feed. I'm very sorry about that, everybody. We seem to have some difficulties getting our live chat comments to actually show up in the system where we can actually show it on screen. Not really sure why that's happening here. I'm actually observing that in real time right now. Control, don't worry about it. We'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and do the comments manually as they come through. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that this way, and hopefully we'll be able to do some more troubleshooting before we do the Friday show, and we'll get back to normal on that. But anyway, on that note, let's see. Ms. D says, LOL. Desert Kingdom says, Kaiko! And then like some emojis and stuff. Stabs EX says, well, you gotta be famous for something.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. The challenge is particularly tricky as Guinness rules require each air sac to be inflated and tied off within 60 seconds. And then there's a video attached to this. I can't tell if this is from... Okay, this is from his personal account. I don't know if we'll be able to get away with this because the last time we showed a Guinness record video within one of these shows, we got a content ID thing from YouTube, and then they wound up taking the whole video down. So I'm not sure we can get away with showing this, but if you're curious to see it... Okay, we need to take this chat overlay down, please, and thank you. Control, careful, we can't do the chat overlay thing anymore for this stream. Thank you. Yeah, so if you want to see this video for yourself, please feel free to check the link in the description down below at the bottom of this video, and you can see the video for yourself there. Kaiko, what are your thoughts on this before we move on to the next topic?
I don't see how he could have done that in a minute, because it took to tie it, let alone blow it up.
Yeah, this is one of those things that it's really kind of like a bizarre sort of concept to even imagine anyone going for once, let alone multiple times in the span of 60 seconds for a world record. I wish we could show it on screen here without risking some sort of content ID flagging sort of situation. But anyway, we have the links in the description down below if you want to check it out on the YouTube feed. I think we also have it on our Facebook feed as well. So yeah, but anyway, let's move on to the next topic. That was some weird news. That was absolutely some weird news. Let's move on. Next topic on the docket tonight. This is from The Guardian. Okay, come on. Let's get this out of the face. Thank you. Okay, so this is from The Guardian. Dogs produce tears when reunited with owners, study finds. Research is first to demonstrate positive emotion-provoking tears in a non-human. Really?
Really?
This looks like the sort of thing that's like, I don't know. Kaiko, what are your first thoughts on this?
I mean, for the 20,000 years that we've existed, we just that's what I'm saying. Because for the 27 years that I've been alive, I never noticed. So you telling me that I'm just now finding out a dog can cry?
Yeah, I don't know about that. This is this is crazy. I don't know what the applications of this are really. Like this is one of those things that like why I don't know. Oh my goodness, really? No, we need to register to keep reading. Oh my god, we don't have time for that. All right, well, we have to move on to the next topic a little bit sooner than originally expected. But once again, just like the previous topic, if you want to read more about this, and hopefully if you have an account with The Guardian, feel free to check the link down in the description for further information on this topic. We do unfortunately have to move on, but we've cited all our sources for you, so feel free to do that. We have a comment also, though, from Staff ZX. I once saw a video of a dog passing out after reuniting with its owner. Wow. Wow. Also, another broke its tail from wagging it too much from being too happy. How do you break it? How does it break its own tail?
That dog, that tail is an extension of the, they be moving it like it's an arm. He done did all that.
Yeah.
Like a twig.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Wow. I can't even imagine. I can imagine like being so elated, from like maybe maybe the owner was, away on a cross-country trip, or maybe was a soldier fighting in a war overseas, something like that, and having been home for the first time, being so over the moon, ecstatic, but like, good grief, self-harm to the point of self-harm. Ouch. Ugh,
right.
Let's go ahead and move on. Let's move on to the next topic. Brain spaz. That's a mighty happy dog that breaks his tail from wagging too much. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is Brain spaz. Thanks for the comment, and thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you once again, those of you watching along with us live right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch and Twitter. We're doing weird news right here on Weekend Showcase, streaming live. Thanks for smashing that like button and notification bell. Let's move on to the next topic. We're going back over to the New York Post right now. Emotional support alligator. What? Wait a minute. Let me try and get this out of my screen here. Hang on a second. Can I get this out? Thank you. Emotional support alligator Wally Gator up for America's favorite pet. Are we serious right now? I've never heard of an emotional support alligator. This is let's take a closer look at this. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up here a little bit bigger. Here we go. Darn it. Okay, let's take a look at this really quickly. Here's an emotional support alligator.
He's so handsome.
And they got little kid.
Hi, buddy.
No, that's not a little kid.
Do you ever think you'd have an alligator for a birthday present?
Yeah.
Thousands of TikTok are angling for their favorite emotional support alligator, an American's favorite pet. Wally Gator, a 7-year-old reptile who loves to give hugs, is currently in the lead in a new pet popularity contest on America's favpet.com, F-A-V pet. Let's just stop this here. Kaiko, what are your thoughts on this?
I would never. If they listen, I don't go swimming. I don't not follow signs like that. Follow signs like that, because that means there's alligators in that water, and I ain't swimming in that water. And put a leash on the alligator. They listen. This is something brand new. I ain't never heard.
I'm sorry. We're getting a lot of. I'm sorry, Kaiko. We're getting a lot of interference and static. Can you try that one more time?
Really? I'm just saying. I was just saying, boy. I would not pet alligator. They tell me come pet him. First of all, somebody gonna ask, does he bite? Alligator.
Uh-oh. We seem to be having some technical difficulties here. Kaiko, if you can still hear me, maybe if you leave and then rejoin, we can see if that fixes the problem on your end. I'll go ahead and read some comments here in the live chat while you go ahead and do this. So much. Sorry about that, everybody. We'll go ahead and get Kaiko's microphone set up in a moment. All right. So while he gets this stuff situated, we have some comments here. I want an emotional support alligator. Really? You want an emotional support alligator? Okay. What would you do with an emotional support alligator? Like, is that mainly for personal defense, and that's the emotional support? Is that what that's for? I don't know. Ms. D says, "Is this comedy night? Emotional support alligator rolling on the floor laughing emoji." Desert Kingdom says, "What? No way!" And then the Macaulay Culkin putting on aftershave in Home Alone 1 emoji. And then a crocodile emoji again. Staff ZX says, "How does that thing not bite anybody? They're not exactly a good pet, especially since they have one of the strongest bite forces on the planet." Yeah, that's true. I remember reading that somewhere many years ago. I used to read a lot of National Geographic and stuff like that when I was younger. Let me see. Here we go. Kaiko's back in the room right now. Let me see if we can.
I'm back.
All right, cool. Can you
hear now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
I was saying exactly what I was saying. The bite, how when they come over to the person's house, they're gonna say, "This bite." I'll get it. What you expect?
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. This is a species that's not really generally accepted as like, I don't know, houseworthy, for lack of a better way to put it. I don't know. I mean, what kind of background? I don't know. I don't want to sound judgy or judgmental or anything like that. I'm just surprised that anybody would latch onto this species for emotional support. That's all. I'm pretty sure that's a safe consensus to arrive at, basically. Sure, seems to be, judging by the comments that we have so far here tonight. Yeah, thank you, control room, for that little bit of sound effect there. All right, let's move on to the next item on the docket here. Thanks so much again for watching Weird News right here on Weekend Showcase, streaming live on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and Facebook. And thank you for smashing that like button and notification bell. Shoot us a comment. We might read it off on the air. Let's go back over to The Guardian. Are we going to get the whole thing? No, we're not going to get the whole thing. Well, the next headline was T-10. Statistician writes formula to predict kids' backseat tantrums. The chances of breakdowns are mitigated with food, but increase with the addition of siblings. Wow. So I don't. Yeah, Kaiko.
No, I'm
Speechless. He's speechless, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I don't have any siblings, so I can't speak to that part of it. But and it won't let me go any further down, unfortunately, to be able to actually see what the formula is. It says we need to register to keep reading, just like the other topic from maybe like 10 minutes ago, roughly. But how do you have an algorithm to predict temper tantrums? Go ahead, Kaiko.
Saying that food will decrease the chance, but siblings will increase the chances of a breakdown. That's what they say.
I mean, we've all been hangry from time to time, you know, like, hey,
right.
I mean, we all saw those Snickers commercials, right? You're not you when you're hungry, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. I mean, we can't unfortunately see the whole thing, but let's have a little bit of fun with this. Those of you at home watching along, drop us a comment. Like, who are you when you're hungry? Like, do you have an alter ego, or do you have like a nickname or something that you give yourself when you're in that mood of like, my stomach is empty, don't cross me? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have that sort of like a vibe when you're hungry?
No, I don't. Not really. Nah. I just.
Okay.
I probably just stop talking. Somebody, because I'm in the point. If I'm really that hungry, I'm not really complaining about it. You'll know, and that's
okay.
Gonna solve his problems is to feed him.
Okay, I mean, do you have siblings, Kaiko?
I have no siblings. Well, I have step siblings, but I didn't grow up with them to where I could tell of them would stop me from acting a fool in the back seat. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, well, I guess we're both going to have to be a little hyperbolic when we're talking about this, because I'm an only child too. But let's see what we have in the live chat feed here. Let's see. Steph ZX says some kids get more, so the siblings want more as well. Yeah, in that kind of situation, you're stoking the fires of jealousy, basically, in that sort of sense. Like, why are the parents playing favorites? You can see how that might be sort of a trigger point for that sort of an emotional lash out from the child, theoretically. I'm not even a parent, like I said, nor do I have like siblings, so I don't know. These are just spitballing theories here. Kaiko, could you please like get a little bit, reposition your camera? You're like too far away. It's hard to tell.
I a little pillow in the chair, you know, try to sit back and enjoy. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
I'm not saying don't be comfortable. I'm saying like we can't see you. Like the
but
picture in picture, you're too far away. But anyway, yeah.
right.
Let's see.
But nah, this little picture, she looked like she need a good. She talking. She crying too much. Need to sit down.
I don't know about that. Let's move on to comments. Ms. D says, IMHO, chocolate solves everything. I don't know about that either. I mean, I don't know how chocolate could solve climate change, for example. But I know that's a hyperbolic exaggeration example. But at least emotionally, if you're in a bad mood, I can definitely agree chocolate solves everything, at least in the short term. That much I can agree with you on.
It does.
Thanks for the comment. Thank you, Control Room, for that rim shot there. Staff ZX says, some parents favor one child over another, though they say they don't. Well,
I mean, because some kids is bad. And you gotta say to yourself, man, I like this one better than that one because that one be.
Well, but I mean, what does that do to the child, though? That has to be on the receiving end of that, especially if they are within earshot of the parents saying that about a sibling. What sort of emotional place does that put the child in?
You just gotta make sure they don't hear you say that.
Oh, I see. That's so you would. You would have to use the utmost discretion when confessing that you play favorites with your kids.
Exactly.
Would you play favorites with your kids, Kaiko?
Listen. No.
Oh. Would you say all equally? Hit them all equally?
They hate it all equally.
Wow. Oh, well.
Come on.
To each their own, unfortunately, I guess, in this context. Do we have a sad trombone? Control Room, do we have a sad trombone sound effect or something for this really quick? Where is that?
Yeah.
There it is. Thank you, Control. All right, let's move on. Next item on the docket. Let's see. We have a thing from Lad Bible, it looks like. Hopefully we can read the whole story this time. Goodness. All right, this is published 6 days ago. Teacher creates ingenious exam question to find cheaters and catches 14 students. Oh, wow. Really, a teacher so utterly sick of students using their mobile phones to cheat on exams caught out 14 culprits with one ingenious question. Back in the days before the iPhone, cheaters had to be properly creative in their constant duel to sneak answers into the exam hall and avoid the watchful eye of the invigilator. Of course, there was the classic look at someone else's paper, but more advanced cheaters would write hints and answers in all sorts of places, and the invigilators, is that a word? That's one of those things that doesn't feel like it's a real word. Goodness. But all right. The invigilators would hit back by banning calculator covers and labels on water bottles. Yeah, that'll do it. Some students even went as far as hiding calculators up their sleeve and hoping the thing didn't slide out mid-exam. Oops. Oh my god, no, don't pay attention. Oh my god, hang on, I just dropped a thing here. Don't worry about it. Oh my goodness. However, these days, aspiring cheaters have a tiny calculator and a computer in their pocket where the answer to just about any question can be found in a matter of seconds, provided the teacher doesn't spot you with it. Wow. Yeah, this is something that I'm not surprised by at all. I remember, like, even as far back as middle school, like, this dates me a little bit, but, like, back in the late 90s was when I was in middle school. And I remember seeing some stuff along those lines back in the day. I remember I actually saw something. It's funny we're talking about this right now. This morning, I was surfing around on Instagram, and I actually saw someone post a thing. I wish I still had that thing. I should have flagged it. The person had posted a crib sheet of answers to the exam on the inside of, like, the sole of the Croc that they were using. Like, you know, you wear a pair of Crocs to school, right? On the sole, like, it was painted, it was, like, written or, like, taped or whatever on the sole of the shoe. So all the person had to do was, like, take their sock out or whatever, like, take their foot out of the shoe and just look straight down. And there's, like, A, B, A, C, D, E. It's crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Kaiko, what are your thoughts?
I listen, you know, we've all cheated on tests before, and there's so many ways to cheat on tests. But I want to know what the question was. Did they not go tell you in his article what the question was?
Let's see. Hang on. We have a couple comments really quickly. Let me go ahead and do
Yeah.
this really quick, and then we'll keep reading. Staff ZX says, of course, you got to be careful with that. If you don't take care of your children, they won't take care of you when you get older. Oh, talking about the hangry kids from the last topic. That's what that was. And Staff ZX also talking about this topic here. Think that happened when I was in middle school in the mid-90s. Kids flat out had cheat sheets on their laps or beside them. Teachers didn't care. Ooh, ouch. Brain Spaz said, how did the teacher catch them? Okay, let's keep going. Where is the... Okay, here we go. Check this out. According to the Daily Mirror, here it is. The suspicious educator spotted that an unusual number of students needed to use the bathroom during exams, where they would normally be just one or two. When an exam was on, half the class would suddenly have to answer the call of nature. Well, I mean... it's a big, important exam. I mean, people's bladders be getting stressed. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm kidding.
Right.
That's not what it was. Deducing that they had to be nipping off the this is a typo. They had to be nipping off the illegally obtain an answer. Yeah, that was typed a little wrong. He formulated his plan to catch them out. The genius plan involved creating an impossible question and then adding it to a test. Working by that logic, anyone who managed to find an answer that was planted online must have cheated to get it. Once the exam was over, those who'd answered correctly were emailed and told they'd been busted. The teacher apparently posted the bogus question on a website students sometimes use for help with answering homework and exam questions. Obviously, they thought the teacher knew nothing about the site, but as is often the case, he was way ahead of them. Taking to Reddit, students explained how the teacher purposely made Part B impossible to solve and set up the scheme about a month before the final by getting a teaching assistant with an account on the site to ask the exact question, which was distinctly worded to be unique. The teacher then created their own account and answered the question with a fake solution that seemed right at first glance, the sort a student who nipped out to the loo, British equivalent of the bathroom, to look at their phone might give, but was wrong and would clearly be wrong to a teacher giving it proper thought. The subterfuge clearly worked because of the 99 students who sat through the exam, 14 used the answer he'd created. They were given a mark of 0 and reported to the university for violating the academic... Thank you, Control. They were given a mark of 0 and reported to the university for violating the academic pledge they'd signed. Everyone who got it wrong received full credit for the question. Wow. Control, hit me with a trombone for that one. That's a sad trombone moment right there. Where is it? No, not the clown horn. Control, we need a trombone. Sad trombone. Not there? Uh-oh. All right, we're having some technical difficulties with the sound effects. But anyway, that's the situation. There it is. Thank you. Slightly delayed reaction there. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Oh, we don't have any other comments on this? Goodness, guys, where you at? Hit us up with some comments on our YouTube or Twitch stream, and we can bring it up on the air here. Let me see. Anyway, final thoughts on this, Kaiko, before we move on?
I still want to know what the question was, but I get it now. I get it. Like, I mean, I don't know. These kids, the 14 who's cheated, they cheated on the whole. So I feel like they didn't cheat on the whole test. They just had to look up that one answer. He gave them a 0 for the whole test.
Hang on a second. I think I found it. Let me try to open up a different tab here, see if that does it. Where is it? Oh. Where is the... Yeah, somebody posted in Reddit I'm looking at a Reddit page right now talking about this exact same issue. Somebody posted a Reddit thread about this exact topic. They still didn't post the question here. Goodness, we're actually having to do homework right here to figure out what the teacher posted, plus people who didn't do their homework.
Yeah, I'm interested to know.
Hang on, let me look at this one last link here. I'm going to try to give this one last try. Nope, that's a root directory for another website entirely. Wow, come on. Come on, Lab Bible. Why you gotta do this? Why you gotta do us like this? Come on. Yeah, that link was not set up correctly. Oh well. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, the link to the original source is in the description down below, and I'm pretty sure you can do some more Googling than we have time to be able to do here during a live show if you want to try to do a little bit of extra research and find what the original question was, because clearly this is something that it's now a pretty prevalent occurrence, it would seem, which take from that what you will, as far as the unfortunateness of like this direct attack on the value of education, the value of this means by which to determine whether a student is good at school. But anyway,
Right.
let's see. Brain Spaz throwing some comments in the chat feed. Smart teacher. Nah, Kaiko, those kids need to really realize there are serious consequences for cheating. Just my 2 cents. Okay, thank you, Brain Spaz. Kaiko, do you have a response to that?
No, I mean, you shouldn't cheat. You shouldn't cheat. I mean, how you gonna pass? You ain't study.
Are you advocate? You can't be advocating for cheating, are you?
I'm not advocating for cheating. I'm just saying, listen, for it, you know what I'm saying?
That doesn't make it right.
This guy found a good way to catch him in their act. But I was saying, my point is, right. I don't think all these kids cheated on the whole test on this one answer, or majority of them cheated on just this one answer.
Cheated on the one answer. Well, if the teacher has proof that they cheated on the one question, and it's conclusive proof that they cheated on the one question, it stands to reason that any other answer they submitted is up for grabs in terms of whether or not they actually did cheat. It stands to reason that it's at the very least worth throwing into question, which means their entire quiz was thrown into question.
That's funny. I've never been in a situation where the teacher said, "Oh, y'all getting an F." I've never been in that situation.
Well, at least most of the students, I think it said here. Let me see.
Right.
It said a moment ago. Where is it? I'm trying to find where it said. Here it is. The subterfuge clearly worked because of the 99 students who sat through the exam. 14 used the answer he'd created. So almost 15 out of 100. That's like 15%. That's roughly 15% of the student body that took that exam cheated on that one question, which theoretically means everybody else in that subset, in that sample set of the student population, most likely cheated on a lot of other questions too.
That's funny.
I don't know. It stands to reason. Cheaters never prosper is the answer. Is the takeaway from this particular weird news topic. Let's move on. Thank you, Rimshot, Control Room. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Once again, thanks for watching Weird News right here on Weekend Showcase, streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks so much for smashing that like button and notification bell. Our comments feed is having difficulties right now, being able to take in comments from other places, but if you join us on YouTube, throw us a comment in the live chat, and we might be able to show it, or read it off, I should say, here on air, and we can go ahead and get you guys involved in the conversation that way, at least for tonight. We'll figure that out hopefully by the time we do this coming Friday's trailer show. Let's move on. We have science news, and then we have 3 more topics before the top of the hour. Let's see. A new seasoning smells like meat thanks to sugar and mealworms. New research aims to help people get past the ick of eating insects. Yeah, I gotta agree with Darth Vader there. What are your thoughts, Kaiko?
Oh, it smells like meat. Thanks, sugar.
Yeah.
And mealworms.
Yes. Apparently.
By eating the mealworms, you eating the seasoning.
But like, gross. No, don't do it. Danger, Will Robinson. What are we doing here? What is the necessity to? Wow. What is this? What are the practical applications of having the ick factor of eating mealworms deliberately sort of machined out of them, by a seasoning, which I guess is at least on some level a little bit healthier than sort of genetically modifying the mealworms to have that sort of baked into them, I guess. I know it's a weak attempt at a glass half full sort of situation, but I mean we've all seen at least one Jurassic Park movie by now. We all know how far south that can go, depending on
Right.
how the whole process of genetic engineering how the whole process of genetic engineering goes. We have comments in the live chat on YouTube. Ms. D says, "Ew, ew, ew, can't do worms." Staff ZX says, "I mean, when you're surviving in the wilderness, worms are a good source of food." Yeah, but this story bases that story bases the possibility of doing that, to your comment, Staff ZX, on the premise that you at least have some of the seasoning with you. Otherwise, you're gonna have to be
Right.
eating those mealworms raw. Are you going to
Yeah.
do that? I mean, in the interest of survival, obviously, if the rubber met the road, you'd have to. But yeah, brain spaz is doing the vomiting face emoji. But it's like, it stands to reason that you wouldn't have this kind of seasoning with you if you were down to the point of having to seriously eat mealworms to survive, if you're stranded in the wilderness like that. And Ms. D says, "Yeah, but I'd just throw it up." Exactly. So there you go. Anyway, let's read about this new research right quick. This was posted 3 days ago on sciencenews.org, it looks like. The story says a spoonful of sugar may help the mealworms go down. Rim shot, control room. Rim shot. Darn it. We'll practice it. Thank you. We'll get there. We're working on getting it to be faster. You had something, Kaiko?
No, I said I learned in life that a spoonful of sugar help anything go down. So I guess so.
I
I mean,
mean,
it says sugar. It says sugar and worms. Losing some and you winning some. It balances out. You can eat it. You good.
I'd rather not if I can help it. But anyway, adding sugars to powdered cooked mealworms creates a seasoning with an appetizing meat-like odor, researchers report August 24 at the American Chemical Society fall meeting in Chicago. Some insects have been found to be an environmentally friendly alternative to other animal protein because they require less land and water to raise. Okay, so this is done under the auspices of being climate mindful, I guess. But many people in the United States and other Western countries where insects aren't eaten widely generally find the idea of chomping down on bugs unappetizing. Gee, I can't imagine why.
So a worm is a bug.
So, mealworms are part of what experts call the big three of edible insects. New research shows one way to make them more appetizing. Let me try to look into this really quickly. Hang on one second. Let me pull up my tablet and look into this here
Looking
while we sort of do this.
for myself because worm is certainly not an insect. But I mean, I don't know if you.
I think offhand the other one of the other two is crickets. Let me see. Here we go. So I'm looking at a topic. This is a story from Backpacker. We'll have to post this link in the description after the show because I can't paste it in here while we're live. So there's actually a list of 12 edible bugs that could help you survive. You can actually Google this up on YouTube. Oh shoot, that's too small. Well, never mind. I'll post the link in the description later, like I said. So I'm looking at grasshoppers and crickets. Like I said, there you go. Ants, termites, grubs, woodlice, earthworms, stink bugs, scorpions, earwigs, aphids, maggots. Good lord, maggots? Seriously? Maggots. Dragonflies. And I guess there's a whole other category here, edible bugs you probably want to avoid eating. Well, then why are you putting it on this list then if it's something that should be avoided at all costs, basically? Even more than the other dozen that you put on this list, backpacker.com. What is that? Come on. Jeez. Also, I don't understand the earwigs and aphids thing, but go ahead, Kaiko.
I was saying a worm's not a bug. I thought that's what you were looking.
No.
Because I was looking.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I was looking it up to make sure I knew what I was talking about. Worms aren't bugs, and they're not, and they're certainly
Okay.
not insects, but they're not bugs. Bugs.
Yeah.
They're not bugs.
Anybody watching us live want to go ahead and post a thing in the comments feed letting us know where worms fit, in the not name for that term. There's a term for the science of studying insects. It escapes me right now. Good grief. Darn it. No, that's not the word. That's not the word. Oh, darn it! I can't find the word right now. But anyway, if you can look up the classification of where worms fit, in the animal kingdom, basically what their species is called collectively. Like we know they're not. Are they insects? Are they well, not mammals, but
Yeah,
no, in the comments feed. Anyway,
let us know. Let us know.
we we have some comments here while that's being worked on by our patient and helpful audience. Steph ZX says worms aren't insects. Also, those who say bugs are
Yeah.
nasty never ate cooked grasshoppers. Steph ZX, have you eaten cooked grasshoppers? Goodness.
Yes. I had some
Miss,
bugs.
my say again.
I've had some bugs. I've eaten
Really?
bugs before.
What kind?
I've eaten ants. I've
Were they
eaten.
chocolate covered ants? That's what Steph ZX is saying here in the comments feed.
No, so actually, the ants that I had, they expand. They said the friend who gave it to me, he was explaining how they expand when you cook them. So they I mean, they were just ants. They weren't chocolate covered or anything. One time, I had a cup on the floor. Like I'm sitting here chilling. I get my cup. It's dark too. I get my cup and I just do that all in my mouth, crawling out my mouth, all over the place. Yeah, man. Live ants. Live ants.
Apologize for those of you in the live audience who are watching this while eating your dinner. I don't know what happened to Kaiko's feed right now. Hopefully he'll be able to refresh and join us momentarily. That was very strange. I don't know. He probably grossed out the streaming system and they kicked him out just to save its appetite. Maybe that's part of what happened there. Don't really know what that was. That wasn't me, I promise. But anyway, hopefully he'll be able to rejoin again in a moment after he gets his streaming connection set up right again there. Desert Kingdom says, couldn't eat worms. Ew. Miss D says, Staff ZX, I know you're right, but I just throw them up. Staff ZX again says, think worms are just invertebrates. Oh, okay. Also, let's just say you learned to improvise food in the country. LOL. Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'd rather not put any more thought space in that particular direction, Staff ZX. But thank you for your comment once again. Brainspaz says, both worms and insects are classified under the kingdom Animalia. Both worms and insects are invertebrates. All right, so that plus one's Staff ZX's comment there about invertebrates. Thank you, Brainspaz, as well for the comment. Yeah, this is a straight up swipe left. I'm going to swipe left on this entire topic here. Here we go. Staff ZX is back with us now. Staff. Oh, sorry. Kaiko, I mean. Good grief. Sorry. Wow. Kaiko, can you hear me?
I was about to say. I was about. I'm on my
No,
phone.
no.
So,
just he's a viewer.
so now you getting this like.
Thank you, control. What?
Now you getting this reverse widescreen thing on.
Yeah, just change the screen orientation of your phone.
I don't know how to do that.
Y'all
gonna have to deal with it. YouTube.
You should be able to change the screen orientation on your phone.
I'm telling you, man. Listen, however this is set up, I'd have to do that in the yeah. Like, nah, I don't want to mess with none of this while we're on live. See, that's what I'm saying.
Wait a minute. Do we have? Hold on one second. Let me do this really quickly here. Okay.
Yeah, there's no way to fix it.
Crap. Okay. You really should be able to just drag down from the top of your screen and change the orientation sensor that way, just like with anything else. But unless there's no equivalent of that on iPhone, I don't know offhand how the iPhone interface works there. But anyway, all right, let's move on for now. We'll have to troubleshoot that, I guess, at a later point, so you can get used to how to do that on the fly. Let's see. Moving on. Oh, here we go. We have some comments from the live viewers here. Desert Kingdom says worms are not considered insects; they're considered animals per Google. Okay, yeah, thank you. Correlating brain spasms thing. Staff ZX also says, but a bug scientist is an entomologist. Thank you, Staff ZX. That's what I was trying to remember. Good grief, that was on the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't remember it for the life of me. That was crazy. But anyway, all right, let's move on to the next item on the docket here. There we go. All right, so we have, I think, a couple more topics left before we have to, 3 topics left before the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and wind this down here. This is from metro.co.uk. Thief moons witnesses through car window in police appeal CCTV. What kind of appeal? What kind of appeal could this possibly have been? I don't understand that at all. This was published 6 days ago. It looks like, yeah, 6 days ago. Police have released it. Thank you. Was that a fart sound effect control? What was that? Police have released a wanted appeal with a difference, as one of the thieves has not shown his face in the CCTV footage. Oh, I guess they're trying to get word out about this person that they're looking for. And I guess that's the terminology that's used for that over in the UK, an appeal, instead of, I guess, a public notice. Maybe. I don't know. If we have any visitors from the UK, feel free to post a thing in the comments. Let me know how that goes. Instead, officers are hoping he might be identified by a different aspect of his appearance due to his bare-faced cheek. They shared CCTV footage of 2 men pinching tools from a nearby van as part of a spate of similar incidents in Coventry, as one of them gets to work stealing the items worth around £600 from a vehicle after smashing its window. The other decided to moon witnesses from his getaway car. Wow. That's certainly one way to leave an impression, I suppose. Kaiko, what are your thoughts on this?
But I would have done the same thing.
Really?
Wow, but I'm about to get a pineapple right there, and they asked me, well, why you gonna get a pineapple right there? Nobody can see it. When I drive away, boy, they gonna see my pineapple.
Wait a minute. What is a pineapple? I don't understand that terminology here.
A tattoo of a pineapple.
Are you trying to say that you have a tattoo of a pineapple?
No,
Never mind. Let's move on.
No.
Next
I don't
topic.
have it.
Next topic.
I'm gonna do what this guy did. I'm gonna do exactly what I did. So yeah, man.
Let's move on. Let's move on. I don't think we need any further explanation or description on this particular. Thank you, Control. Anyway, let's move on. We have 2 more topics to get to before the top of the hour. We have about 10 minutes and change left. This next one is from Sky News. Once again, thanks so much for watching Weird News right here on Weekend Showcase, streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. And thanks for smashing that like button, notification bell. Hit us up in the comments feed over on YouTube, and we might be able to read off your comments on the show. But know that if you're with us after the fact, just a regular comment is just fine. If it's awesome enough, we might be able to feature it on our social media after the show, but you got to hit us up. That's all I've got to say. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. This is from Sky News, and then we have one more topic before we shut things down for the week. A giant step for hamkind. Let's expand this a little bit. Hamster survives daring trip into the stratosphere on a flying balloon. The space ham reached a maximum altitude of 14 miles and is in health after being safely recovered from the sea. Wow, this was published 5 days ago, again in Sky News, news.sky.com. Wow. Okay, so that's the hamster, and what looks like some sort of I don't know, a miniature version of Tom Hanks's makeshift raft from Castaway. I guess that's lining the floor of the space capsule or whatever, and you can see in the background what looks like maybe some cloud cover from low orbit, I guess. And good grief, wow. A hamster has successfully returned to Earth after being launched into the stratosphere on a flying balloon. I hope we have a YouTube video of this later in the story. The space ham reached a maximum altitude. I love this term. Has reached a maximum altitude of 14 miles, 23 kilometers, and is in good health after being safely recovered from the sea off Japan's Miyako Island. According to Iwatani Geiken, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, the company behind the daring experiment, the hamster was placed in an airtight cabin 60 centimeters high and 50 centimeters in diameter, 50 centimeters in diameter, with the same atmospheric pressure and temperature as the ground. 60 centimeters, if you can't see from the audio podcast version of this episode. One photograph showed the rodent looking wistfully out the window while 7 miles, 12 kilometers above the Earth. The balloon was launched from Miyakojima, a city in Okinawa Prefecture, and climbed at an average of 6.3 meters per second. A camera installed inside the cabin showed the animal snoozing comfortably during the gradual ascent. Okay, so I guess that explains that. What's your first reaction to this, Kaiko?
Living a better life than I am. That man
Would you ever the hamster making moves, or rather, hamsters having moves made for it using it? I
Right.
guess it would be safe to say. Would you ever, Kaiko, if you had the opportunity, would you ever go to space, like visit the International Space Station or something, or go to another planet?
Oh, listen, if they're gonna send me to Mars and I can't come back, well, I'm going to Mars.
So you would go to Mars if it was a one-way trip?
Oh yeah, I'm leaving.
Really? But we haven't terraformed there. Like, we have everything we would need here, really, with at least what's left of, the world's climate anyway. We know we have oxygen here. We know we have water here. We know we have food here. We know we have other human beings here. A social, system, basically, with other people here. You have nothing of the sort to survive if you go to Mars. And it's a one-way trip? Really, Kaiko? Really?
I'm the first spider in space.
The first fighter in space?
The first spider in space.
The first spider in space.
Yeah.
How so? You're gonna be you would genetically engineer yourself into a spider when you go there?
See, this is deep. Cause yes, boy, let me ask a man where his other legs are.
Yeah, I have no response to that. I don't know how to wrap my mind around the situation you've painted for yourself there. That seems to be a degree of specific fantasy and aspiration that I wasn't expecting to hear. But okay, fair enough. Let's see. We have some more comments here. Desert Kingdom says, Kaiko on the run. Yeah, this is for, I guess, because you have a different screen orientation now, I guess. Staff ZX says, that happened on The Simpsons, but the hamster was in a rocket. I vaguely remember that episode, Staff ZX. Also, how is PETA not all over this, LOL? Ooh, geez. That's actually a point. Ms. D says, luckily he didn't realize he had reason to be scared. Staff CX says, Don saying that there's no people on Mars makes it sound like heaven, LOL. Wow. I mean, goodness, I guess if you want to disconnect from people that badly, okay, sure, I can see that. I mean, I wouldn't see that being very appealing when you really think through what it means to have something like that be a one-way trip. If you want to take a break from humanity, if you want to take a break from being bothered by other people and earthly responsibilities and things like that, sure, that's one thing. But I can't see, at least speaking for myself, I can't see the appeal in doing that permanently.
Right.
I don't know. That's just me.
For more than 20 years, try to spend another 5 on the planet. If I die, I die.
Well, it wouldn't take 5 years from that to happen on Mars, given that, like I said, we haven't terraformed that. And just 5 years, you just said you would do a one-way trip.
Right. No, well, listen. They're not
unless you're saying you would go to another planet after being on Mars. Unless you're saying you would go to another planet after being on Mars for 5 years, if you lasted that long.
I'm going to last more than 5 years on Mars. So I'm saying I done already spent over 20. I done experienced what Earth has to offer. Give me Mars. And I'm Mars.
Okay. Well,
you know?
Ms. D says, haha, brain spaz. Did it say he slept through the ascent? How did he take the descent? Yes, that's what the story did say. He slept through pretty much the ascent. Ms. D says, if you like your own company, you'd get amazing peace and a great view. I can see that. Again, maybe I'm just speaking for myself here, but more power to you if that's if that's more of a aspirational fantasy to be able to utilize. I don't fault you. At this point in the world, the way that it is, I don't really blame you. I just don't see it for myself. That's all. So fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you all for the comments and the feedback. One that anything else, Kaiko?
Nah, I gotta get off Earth.
Noted, and identified, related, I guess. Relatable. Noted and relatable. There we
go. Right.
Let's move on. We have one topic left here. Let's see. I think this is our last one. Yes, it is. All right, we have 5 minutes left here. Thanks so much for watching Weird News right here on Weekend Showcase, streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks for smashing that like button and notification bell. This is our last topic for the night. Let's get it. This is from independent.co.uk. The story reads, female worker finds man hiding in boxes in back room after store closes. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Control room. I guess this is the person on the right side of the screen here from the screen grab from the security camera footage. It looks like a female employee said she was, and then expletive redacted, terrified out of my mind after seeing a human hand and eyes peering out from some boxes of a hardware store. Whoa, the store had closed security footage showing Sierra Galvez appeared to be alone when she could be seen. Wow, okay. Somebody forgot to hit F7. I'm sorry. When they were writing this up, there's a lot of typos and grammar issues here. I'm sorry. The store had closed security footage. Sorry, I'll just try to read this as I think it was intended to be written. The store's closed circuit security footage showed Sierra Galvez appearing to be alone when she could be seen freezing for a heartbeat before turning and bolting through the deserted warehouse. Seconds later, a man walks into the frame. The viral video has been seen more than 10.5 million times. Wow, since it was shared on TikTok last week. She explained in follow-up videos that she called her manager and dialed 911, but the store creeper has yet to be found. Ms. Galvez said in the video, quote, thank you, Control. Quote, I stopped because I heard a noise and it sounded like paper or cardboard falling and reminder, I kind of joke around that this place is haunted, so I'm freaking out because we always hear noises back there. End quote. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that could easily freak me out any time of year, even though this sounds like the sort of thing that I would have expected to happen right around Halloween time, to be brutally honest. But yeah, this is a special kind of off-putting, I'll be honest here. Kaiko, what's your response to this? How would you respond to this?
I had an opportunity being that, and I thought to myself, should I stay here or should I leave? And I left. I mean, I had an opportunity to do that. It was at one of my friend's stores, and he wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Nobody was paying attention to when they were closing. Could stay in here. I really could stay in here overnight, but I'm not going to.
You know, I've actually heard of some places where for special events, special occasions, they'll actually let you do that. They'll let you camp out in the store overnight.
Yeah, boy,
is that something that you would? That's something that you might do.
I've never camped out for no product. So I don't know why I would camp. Like I ain't never camped out for no PlayStation, no Jordans. I ain't never so I could get something fresh in the morning. Never done that. So when I in that shop, I was like, listen, I don't even do this to buy something. Why am I tying into it? But it would have been cool.
So there are no stores that you like visiting. So there are no stores that you've ever been to in your life or that you can think of that for any reason whatsoever you would consider doing a camp out there if offered the opportunity to do so.
Listen, the only thing that I could shout for is like a Pokemon anything. And even then, I know to. Like when they were coming out with the PlayStation 5, y'all crazy. I'm gonna wait for the slim one to come out. I ain't worried about this fat. Y'all got tents, and boy had an igloo in the waiting for this PS5. I said, boy, it's summertime. How you got an igloo?
I mean, that happens every year whenever there's a new iPhone or a new Galaxy model or something. People do that
Man.
sort of stuff all the time for well, actually, I was about to say for less than a PlayStation, but depending on what their contract is, yeah, it would be less than what a PS5. I think the PS5s are still selling for roughly 500 now, 400 or 500.
I seen them on eBay for 1,000, and that's why people was camping out for it. And I'm like, I'm sleeping. I catch it on the rebound.
Well, but I'm talking about basically when you have when you have them available at the store. You know, when there's no big shortage or whatever. You know, because there aren't enough microchips to be involved in the manufacturing process. Let's say,
Right.
You know,
right.
Anyway,
Yeah,
let's see. We have some comments here. Then we got to wrap this up. Ms. D says, oh yeah, sorry, I already read that one. I'm sorry. Steph ZX says, this reminds me a lot of a case a few years ago. A man found out a small woman was living in his apartment in the ceiling. At night, she would eat his food and watch TV, then hide in the morning. What? Wow. Desert Kingdom says, whoa, Steph ZX. Mind blown emoji. Brainspaz says, that is crazy, Steph ZX. I would have had to move. Kaiko, do you agree?
Yeah. Wow.
Honestly, I would too. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow.
Listen,
like, yeah, you
if
know what?
I'm in the store,
I'm done. Go ahead.
You're at the store, and I see somebody stuck in the store, I'm gonna hear his story out. But if you was hiding in the store to do something, I'm not calling. Square up. You invaded my personal now. Square. We better get crazy. What, somebody hiding in my store?
Uh-oh. It's like Mr. Kaiko about to have to kick names and take butts, I guess.
I'm throwing feet, hands, and legs. Man. What are you talking about?
But so we have a thing. I'm just now noticing we have our chat system pretty operational here. Control, I got this one. It's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and show this on camera really quickly. This is from Staff ZX. The guy did move. He placed a hidden camera in his apartment and caught her. After calling the police to get her out, he moved as he felt too uneasy there. Gee, I can't imagine why. I can completely understand that. That's crazy. Man. Any reaction to that, Kaiko, before we wrap this one up?
Nah, these people need to learn to stop doing these things. We need to live in a better world. Scary.
Man, truer words never spoken. That's a good note to end the show on, quite frankly, because that is actually our last topic for the night. Let's see. Hang on a second. Here we go. Yep. Thank you. So that's Geez, don't be so celebratory that the show is ending tonight. Good grief. What are you doing? Control. Jeez. That's a wrap for this week's headlines. Kaiko, what was your favorite one tonight?
My favorite was the. See, I'm sitting here holding this balloon, saying to myself, "Well, man, figure out how you did that." Nah.
Well, clearly, like, he trained his lung capacity to such an extreme level that it was only natural, I guess. He was probably working on it for a long time.
And three of them, we couldn't. The question, we didn't get to figure out what the question was, but I was.
Yeah, you're talking about the question that the teacher caught the students cheating. Yeah, we couldn't find that, but if it's possible to find it, the starting point for that is the link that we put in the description down below if you were curious to read more about that. But okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'll have to put my favorite one for the night. Let's see. What's my favorite one for the night? Good grief. Probably the seasoning that smells like meat thanks to sugar and mealworms. I'll give that one my favorite topic of the week just from the raw, just shock value of it. You know, like, I could never see myself doing that, but, you know, if you were in a situation, I remember, like, one of our viewers, Staff ZX, pointed this out on our live chat feed. If you found yourself in a horrible sort of survival situation where you had absolutely nothing else, it's good to know that you have an option for that helps sort of the mealworms slide down. But man, you would have to have a certain level of luck to, number one, be around mealworms to do that with. Number two, to have the seasoning in question at all on you to be able to use with the mealworms for however long you're left in the wilderness to have to survive on your own. There's a lot of like, I don't know how else to phrase it, a lot of variables in play with that situation that would have to all sort of converge in the right way for that to be subsistible, frankly. But I don't know. But that's just bizarre enough to be my favorite weird news piece for the week. What was yours? Those of you at home watching, drop a comment down below to continue the convo. Feel free to visit us at Weekend Showcase on all major social media platforms, or LINKTREE, linktr.com/Weekend Showcase, like in the description and in the crawl at the bottom of the screen to see it all in one place. Kaiko, you were saying something else?
No, I'll say, you gotta say, what was your favorite part?
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry. And actually, Kaiko, is there anything else that you want to plug? Basically, I know you have a couple of reactions, game reactions that are coming to our TikTok page pretty soon. You want to go ahead and plug that a little bit?
The plug right now. I don't want to get nobody's hopes up about nothing. I want them to just, I don't want them to expect something that ends up getting changed. So, let's say we look back at our footage and we say, I don't want them to expect something that we changed. So I'll just let them. I'm gonna just let them marinate on the fact that they will be expecting some nice film. What do you call it? Cinematic in a soon time.
Experiences, content, just content, I guess. Okay,
exactly. Yeah.
Just we gotta move it along. I'm sorry. We gotta.
Right.
Anyway, okay, so fair enough. I guess we're just gonna go ahead and leave the audience, I guess, on a little bit of suspense. But hey, y'all have seen what we're capable of doing in terms of game streams and commentaries and stuff like that before, and now we have a significantly upgraded interface to be able to work with now to improve our presentation quality. So we're working on a lot of good content for y'all in the very near term. Let's see. So we also have Dad Joke of the Week, or of the Night, excuse me. Dad Joke of the Night, which, let's see. Here we are. What do you call a line of men waiting to get haircuts?
I'm ready.
No guesses?
No, I'm gonna guess.
What do you call a line of men waiting to get haircuts?
I don't know.
A barbecue. There it is. Yeah, Kaiko's done with me right now. He's done. Okay. We have.
Well, I had to tell.
We have one more comment from Desert Kingdom. Great show, thumbs up. Thank you very much. Love the story on the emotional support alligator. Okay, that's Desert Kingdom's favorite topic of the week. Thanks for the feedback there. And that's it for Weekend Showcase for the week ending Sunday, August 28, 2022. We will see you right here this coming Friday. Here we are. Coming Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific for another brand new trailer reaction show. We hope to see you then. For now, I'm Don. With me tonight was
Kaiko.
Mr. Kaiko. Thanks so much for joining me tonight once again. And for now, be safe. Hope you had a great weekend. Showcase you later. Good night.